Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your December 2019 mid-month general readings. We're looking at the last half of December, and this reading is for the fire sign of Leo, our beautiful, lovely lions. This is for Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising, if your Venus is in Leo, or if you're cross-watching for a Leo. But as most of you already know, general readings always resonate a little differently for everyone watching because there's so many of you watching. So if you know your other signs, Rising, Moon, Venus, watch those as well because it can provide additional clarification for you. So welcome everyone. Thanks for all your continued likes, shares, and subscribes and all your support, feedback, and comments. And welcome to anyone who may be new to this channel. If any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, just click on the description link below for more information and contact details. I do offer a wide variety of readings in all areas of life. Love and romance, career, work, and finance, general health and well-being. I do love and relationship compatibility readings, and I also do 6 and 12-month overviews, which take a look at what's coming in your life over the next 6 or 12 months, depending on how far ahead you want to look. And while people can and do order them at all different times of the year, I always get a lot of requests for them at this time of the year as we are heading towards the end of one year and looking forward to a new year, so something to keep in mind. And also keep in mind that personal readings make wonderful gifts for friends, family, and loved ones because there's nothing more personal than a personal reading. It's oriented and geared specifically towards the recipient, so you may want to keep that in mind for gift giving this holiday season. I hope everyone is having a wonderful holiday season. I hope that those of you who celebrate Thanksgiving had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we'll have a wonderful Christmas and New Year's as well. All right, let's move right into this reading. Again, this is for the fire sign of Leo for the last half of December 2019. The end of an old year. Okay, Leo, let's see what the last half of December has in store for you. We begin with the Two of Cups, followed by the Ace of Pentacles. We have the King of Cups, followed by the Six of Wands. From the bottom of the deck, your overall energy and focus for the last half of December is the Seven of Cups. So Leo, the Seven of Cups is your overall energy for the last half of December. Now, Cups is governed by the element of water, and in the tarot, this is the energy of our emotions, our heart. Emotions, feelings, also the area of our life that often deals with relationships, because relationships are full of that watery, mercurial, emotional energy. The Seven of Cups is a card of considering multiple options, opportunities. You can see each one of these 7 cups is filled with what represents promise and potential. Each one of them is filled with something beautiful and perfect, almost impossibly so. This can be a positive card. We all need to have dreams and dream about those dreams. But one of the more challenging aspects to this card is that it does not manifest on its own with just water energy, because this is all like emotional energy. So sometimes the Seven of Cups can represent fantasy, illusion, daydreaming, you know, building castles in the sky, kind of having your head in the clouds, when the reality of a situation may actually take a great deal of concrete and practical work and effort to actually manifest any one of these things into reality. I am sometimes reminded when I see this card of the person that, you know, like the young person that wants to be an astronaut. One week, the next week they want to be a doctor, the next week they want to be something else. Each one of these, you know, dreams is realizable if you choose that as your path and put the work and effort needed into manifesting it. But often the Seven of Cups can represent living in a reality that isn't all that realistic, unless you know, you put forth the work and practical effort to manifest it in reality. So it looks like the last half of December, Leo, you are perhaps thinking about the potential and promise of a situation, which for many of you looks like a relationship, maybe considering all the wonderful ways that this relationship could work out and the different goals you could meet, etc. We have the Two of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. I'm almost, for some of you, feeling a bit of a reunion with this combination of cards. So the Two of Cups is often referred to as the soulmate card. This can represent soulmates or kindred spirits. You know, there's some kind of karmic thread connecting the two of you. It can represent that in a love romantic sense. It can represent that in a best friend sort of sense. If it is a love or romance relationship, it does represent that you have a fundamental base in friendship as well, because the Two of Cups fundamentally represents a really great union, whether it's between two people in love, two companies in business. It represents a union, a really good match in more than just tangible, physical sort of ways, like a meeting of the mind, the heart, the soul, the spirit. You guys are, you know, you fit together quite well, or at least that's how you see yourself in relationship to this person, regardless of the nature of the relationship. Now with it, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So Pentacles is earth energy. In the tarot, this energy usually represents the physical structure of our life and the things in the physical structure of our life that often gives us feelings of security, stability, continuity, or the efforts we put into acquiring what makes us feel safe and secure, whether that's money, finances, property, real estate, assets, job, etc., or long-term stable relationships, marriages. Aces represent the number one, so they always represent the start of something new, new promise, new potential. An opportunity to start something new. Sometimes the Ace of Pentacles can represent a new project that you're beginning, which has a lot of potential in it. Sometimes this card comes up for moving, relocating, starting a new job, all of the above, having a new beginning or starting something new in a very sort of concrete, tangible, earthly, practical sort of way. And it's interesting because I feel like for some of you there is this sort of reuniting feeling, or coming together, coming back together feeling with this person, with this soulmate, kindred spirit sort of person. It could be that perhaps you live at a distance from each other and you're coming together again for the holidays. You might be moving or relocating temporarily or permanently to be with this person, or they with you, etc. So there's some kind of opportunity for a new beginning here in a very practical, concrete sort of way. Or it could be that you may be sort of fantasizing it with that and dreamy, sort of soft, dreamy energy of the Seven of Cups. You may be fantasizing about the potential and possibility of this as well. So the King of Cups and the Six of Wands follows. The King of Cups would represent a water sign person, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or someone who is manifesting like the King of Cups. It's showing up as a king, but this is a general reading. There's many of you watching, so it could be male or female. Kings and Queens represent individuals who have reached the top of their suit, meaning that they've reached a place of balance, mastery, self-discipline, and self-control over the character traits that are inherent or natural to their suit. So the King of Cups is at the top of his suit, which is cups, that watery emotional energy. So the King of Cups, sometimes nicknamed the King of Cool, sometimes he's depicted in other tarot decks as sitting on his throne on top of a body of water, which represents emotions. And even if the water might be choppy and turbulent and wavy, he's sitting on top of it in his throne, cool, calm, collected. So this is somebody who may be well in touch and in tune and aware of his own emotions and the emotions of others around him. Has the potential to be a pretty nurturing and supportive sort of individual. But he may be a person who is hard to read in terms of his emotions, because he's reached such a high level, being a king of emotional kind of control and stability and discipline. So this is somebody who may keep their emotions, play their emotional cards very close to their chest. They may be a difficult read. Now, it is sitting next to the Two of Cups, so for many of you, this is representing the person that you are involved with or see as this soulmate, kindred spirit sort of person. Now, clarifying the King of Cups is the Six of Wands, which is a card that represents victory, triumph after a challenge, after a struggle of some kind. It can also represent public recognition, awards, raises, bonuses, etc. You know, getting an award of some kind, or having visible and public recognition of you know, some accomplishment you've done. But it does represent a pretty significant success that comes after a period of struggle or challenge or difficulty of some kind, or just a lot of hard work. So it looks like a very positive reading, Leo. It looks like there is at least the promise or opportunity to have a beautiful sort of earthly and practical new beginning with this person, and that new beginning does represent success and victory, which, you know, implies that there's been, perhaps the two of you have been through quite a bit of struggle to get to this point. However, I do feel a bit of cautionary energy, because your overall energy over this whole situation, this relationship, is the Seven of Cups, which is not a very practical, realistic energy. I mean, we all need to have dreams, and we all need to dream about those dreams. You know, we all spend time kind of daydreaming and fantasizing about things. But at the end of the day, we have to choose which one, if any of these, are actually realistic and possible, and then put the work into to manifest it if it is possible. I'm actually going to pull a clarifying card for that Seven of Cups. What is the Seven of Cups about? Well, you had one just jump right out there already. The Hierophant. So the Hierophant is about convention, tradition, walking the prescribed path, following the general steps in a relationship or a situation that have been, you know, this is about tradition, doing what the largest group of people kind of do in this similar sort of situation or relationship. It is considered one of the marriage cards, or can represent taking something to a deeper level of commitment, obligation, responsibility, loyalty, etc. So because I think for many of you this is a relationship, this is coming across as a relationship reading. It could be that what you're dreaming about is perhaps moving in with this person, moving to be with this person, or them with you. You could be kind of daydreaming about getting married and kind of, you know, putting that conventional sort of corral or protection, however you want to word it, around this relationship. I mean, for some of you, this might be, because we do have this Ace of Pentacles, it might be job, work, career related, or have that energy in here in regards to your relationship. It could be that, you know, you or your partner is moving and relocating, and you are just simply kind of daydreaming about all the possibilities and potentials on this new path. But I do feel a bit of cautionary energy, as I was saying, that to make sure to kind of keep your eyes open, and if anything comes up that needs to be addressed, or if there's been any red flags that you've been ignoring in this relationship or situation, to not gloss them over and only focus on, you know, the best of what you want to happen. We have to be realistic and deal with, you know, any obstacles or challenges that are in the way as well. Other than that, it's a very positive reading. So let me pull one final advice and guidance card for you, Leo, for the last half of December 2019. Two of Swords in reverse. So in the upright position, I often call this the head stuck in the sand card. This is a card that represents that there's something in front of you that needs to be looked at, realistically dealt with, addressed. The blindfold needs to be taken off so that you can make a decision and a choice about something, which you can't do unless you look at it head on and kind of take the blindfold off and look at it head on. And in the upright position, this represents perhaps a reluctance and a resistance to deal with something that's right in front of you, because if you do look at something that's right in front of you instead of sort of looking to the side or ignoring it, then that puts you in a position where you have to finally acknowledge it and make a choice, decision, take action about it. And in the upright position, it represents, you know, that you don't want to do that for some reason. There's this reluctance or resistance. So advice from Spirit is the Two of Swords in reverse. So this represents that Spirit is telling you quite clearly you need to make sure to take the blindfold off and look at this realistically and deal with what needs to be dealt with. Now, this may mean for some of you that, I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that what you're envisioning or fantasizing about or daydreaming about with this person or around this person isn't possible, but Spirit is cautioning you not to put all of your energy into the Seven of Cups, because it doesn't really go anywhere realistically. And the Two of Swords would indicate that there may be, for some of you, there is likely something that actually needs to be dealt with now, so that you can move forward in this relationship or situation, if that is possible. And for some of you, it may mean that, you know, you're ignoring something that needs to be dealt with, and maybe you're ignoring it because you feel if you do look at it directly, it may mean that this relationship is not what you want it to be, or isn't going where you want it to go. And for others of you, it just may mean that there's something that needs to be dealt with in order for you to continue moving on this path. It's a general reading, so it's going to be one thing for some of you and something else for others, but it really does, the fundamental message here is to make sure to deal with anything as it comes up, and if there's something that you haven't been dealing with, now is the time to do it. So Leo, that is your reading for the last half of December 2019. I hope that you enjoyed it and that it provided you with some clarity or insight or feedback on something. Again, if any of you are interested in reaching out for a personal one-on-one reading with me, particularly if any of these videos resonate for you and you'd like to take a deeper look at something, just click on the description link below. And for more info and contact details, you can email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. I do readings full-time, 5 to 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week. It's all that I do and what I love to do. So I'm pretty diligent at working with everyone's schedules and my own to get readings out to you in as timely a fashion as possible. So send me an email if you're interested. We'll go from there. I will see all of you in a couple of weeks for the January 2020 general readings. In the meantime, I hope everyone has a wonderful Christmas and New Year's, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.